This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, the link is in the description below.
You need to know your worth in business. My average rate is $80 an hour. I'd say you have to have a mower and a broom. That's all you'd have to have.
That's it.
So you could be in business for under $100. But
So you're not spending a dime on
I've spent zero in marketing
attracting new customers.
Correct. So you need to kind of learn how to sell people, but not oversell.
Are you mainly focusing on residential, commercial, and why? Here's something really fascinating. You grew your clientele from 0 to 300 in the first year. How did you do that? What's the success story, or what's the process look like?
I'd say just like word of mouth, like I said, route density. So I started in this small community here, Berkshire Village, and really focused there for a couple months. And I kind of branched out to existing communities, and they just try to keep my net as small as I can.
So stayed small geographically, didn't expand
Correct.
too much, and then started where you live. Here's your house, and this is your neighborhood. So this is really where you got started.
Correct. Oh yeah.
Knocking on doors.
Exactly, because I did have a little bit of advantage. I grew up here all my life, so all the people know me since I was knee high. So it was kind of that little bit of advantage, but mostly I wasn't trying to oversell people. That's the main thing. I'm trying to create a personal relationship with my customers.
So that's how you grew to 300.
Exactly. I'm not trying to oversell people. They're not just another number to me. They're actually like family to me.
But specifics, is there more specifics as far as growing that number? Because that's a fascinating, rapid speed of, that's growth.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is because once I started figuring out sales, that's the main thing. Is in this business, you need to know how to sell like in any business. So you need to kind of learn how to sell people, but not oversell.
You need to know how to sell, but not oversell. Because what happens when you do?
When you oversell, you just overcharge people, and then they find you're just trying to sell them, or you're just another number to them.
That's not a relationship first kind of a deal.
No.
People can sense that right away.
So I'd say don't be the lowest person. You need to know your worth in business. Like my average rate is $80 an hour. Most people think, oh, that's pretty high, but what are you getting? You're getting a quality product. You're getting a licensed and insured company that has all proper equipment, so you don't have to worry about them getting hurt on your property or doing damage to your property.
Believe in yourself, your value.
Know your worth.
Know your worth. Yeah, I think it's very tempting when you're looking for new business to try and negotiate yourself out and say, okay, knock it down from 80 to 40. But what did you just do, right?
Yeah.
You just reduced your value add. Yeah. You showed how easy it is to cut that in half. But that's a good point. So this business, would you say it's pretty competitive?
It definitely is, because on every corner there's a different lawn care landscape company, so it's very competitive.
Yeah, I feel like you go to the white pages, you Google, lawn care, there's just a plethora of options. So how do you find customers, and how do you stand out from your competition?
So the thing of my company is, because now I'm an established, reputable company, so now I don't have to worry about, it's all word of mouth stuff I have never advertised in the last year or so. But
so you're not spending a dime on
I've spent zero in marketing
attracting new customers.
Correct.
Okay.
Because I have a very strong reputation. I'm a legit licensed and insured company. I do high quality work. So I'm a very personable person. So most companies, they'll have a different person every single time you'll see the customer. I'm the person that meets you initially. I'm the one that bills you. I'm the one that does all the work. So it's a very personable relationship.
Well, I would think that's great, but other companies would probably say the same thing. So what would be one or two things that you think would really make you stand out from everybody else?
My company, so we do everything from lawn maintenance to construction. So we could do everything around your house, around your business. We have a lot of variety in our business.
Gotcha. What about essentials? Like if you had nothing but these 2-3 pieces of equipment and still run a successful lawn care business, what would it have to be?
I'd say you have to have a mower and a broom. That's all you'd have to have.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Because you need a mower to mow the grass, and you need a broom to clean up your mess. The trimmer you don't really need. You can just get really close or only offer only mowing, no trimming.
I think a lot of people may overthink that and feel like they need to have, this, that to be successful. What you're saying is kind of radical and simple.
Exactly.
Lawnmower, And a broom.
Pretty much. You can even look on Craigslist for a $100, $50 mower. So you could be in business for under $100.
Do you have a lot of repeat customers?
I do. The majority of my customers are repeat customers. I try to create that lifetime value of a customer, not just kind of a one kind of time service customer. I try to sell them different services. Because what I feel with my company is I don't try to oversell people. If you don't want something from me, I'm not going to try to repeatedly sell you it.
Gotcha.
So I just try to be their eyes and ears around their property.
How do you nurture relationships? Any tips or tricks there as far as why people like you, and other than personality, what are some things to learn?
I try to create very friendly family relationships. For all my customers, I consider them all my family. So they all know who I am. They all invite me to their homes every single month to talk about just doesn't matter if they're grandkids or what they've been doing outside.
And these are your clients that you're visiting.
And that deviates me from most companies. Because most companies, they're just there to collect their paycheck. I'm not. I'm here to create a long-lasting relationship with all my customers.
Yeah, that's huge, you guys. Huge, huge, huge. Relationship focused. It's a good example to follow for sure. Please follow us on Instagram and ask questions there as well. We do have our blog, so if we don't answer all the questions now, you guys please comment below. The link to the blog is below. Answer anything, and we're here to make sure that those questions get answered. I'm interested in so your company's package deals. Do you have any? If you do, give us a snippet of what that looks like.
So I'd say the only packages these probably be in the spring for like lawn treatments and stuff like that. So we have like a base, premium, and so on and so forth package for people.
Can you give us an example, like cost-wise?
So let's say a basic package for, let's say, a standard size quarter acre lot, that'd be $500. So that would include like aerating it, which opens up the grass, then fertilizing, overseeding to try to bring it to nice lush grass. Is there a package that you find most successful or most profitable as well? I mean, how do you structure things? Is it based on client need, or? It's mostly what the client needs. Like if a customer doesn't need a certain thing, I'm not going to try to sell them on that. Right. So it's kind of like what works best for their product, because everyone's property is different. So some people need X, Y, and Z. Some people only need one thing. But at the minimum, would there be a package that can apply to most people? I'd say just a base minimum package that would apply to everyone would probably be a $250 package. That would just be fertilizing, pretty much. Cutting the grass? Yeah. Edging? Yeah. Just all like that stuff? Yeah, like okay. First cut of the year, kind of just getting into shape from the winter. When you started this business on your own, did you have a game plan that you followed, like a roadmap? Do you need one? Walk us through what your process looked like. Yeah, absolutely. So right when I had the idea to start this business, instead of thinking, oh yeah, okay, what am I going to do work-wise? I was like, what's my systems and procedures? That's let me be successful in this business, my systems and procedures, because without those, it just gets messy and it gets very muddy. Right. So I created a CRM system and an estimate system and an invoicing system. So you have a CRM, invoicing, what was the other one? Invoicing and estimating system. Estimate, okay. And then how important is that? And it's extremely important. So, well, what do other guys do that maybe don't go that route? Well, when most guys start their lawn care landscape company, they'll be all pen and paper, kind of just spreadsheet kind of stuff. Old school kind of thing. Okay. Old school kind of stuff. So it gets kind of messy at times. So I try to be very clear and concise, especially when I'm doing my accounting and bookkeeping. Like especially now that I have someone that does that for me, that kind of takes that off my plate. Right. But like so last year, I didn't have anyone. It was only me trying to juggle everything. So I had to make sure everything was very clear and concise. Right, not the best use of your time, right? Exactly, like we were talking about, doing the paperwork and all the boring stuff. Oh yeah. Let's talk about the type of client you're after. Are you mainly focusing on residential, commercial, and why? So I do everything from residential to commercial. I do mostly high-end customers, high-end homes here locally. So I do very high quality work. So that's kind of what I strive to do when I go out and bid jobs. It's a lot very high quality, high dollar work. So you're pursuing both at the same time? Correct. Residential, commercial? Well, I do mostly residential. I do about 25% commercial. I was gonna say, so you're leaning somewhere, one way or another. Yeah, I do mostly residential with a little bit of commercial. Gotcha. What kind of commercial projects, in an example? Drainage work, dirt work for new buildings going up. Utilities, stuff like that. Gotcha. Wow. Yeah. So you're like more than a lawn
care.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Legends Lawn Care Service.
Yeah, I'm kind of branching out now to going away from lawn care, more construction, landscape kind of stuff.
Okay. So that's going to be a rebranding thing for you in the future.
Correct. Yeah, next year I'm going to be a totally different company.
Nice. Okay. What kind of person do you need to be to get into lawn care, or why people get into lawn care?
I'd say you need to be a kind of an outdoor friendly person, because especially here in Washington, it rains 8 months out of the year, so you need to be comfortable in all weather, no matter if it's sunny or if it's raining.
Yeah, we need to be living in a nice sunny state.
Exactly.
Pacific Northwest, this is a blessing right now.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. It's been a pleasure, Russell. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you. That was part 2. Thank you so much for watching of us interviewing Russell from Legends Lawn Care Services. What an incredible young man, 19 years old, successful, and really just starting out. I hope you guys will follow suit and learn from some of his suggestions and insights that he shared with us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. We value you a lot. Hit that bell below, comment. We love your engagement. We're here to answer any questions and add value.